Yeah, yeah. Hey man, welcome to another episode of Everything Atlanta Sport, where we give you the news and update from around the sports world. We hit you with that sauce, which is the main topics of the day, and we hit you with that Q&A at the end of the show, man. Y'all know how we get down here. I'm your boy, your host, the AFN representative, the hood, not affiliated with ESPN, ghetto analyst in his mother clucker. How the hell are you? Hey man, y'all know how we doing here, man. Y'all put as many comments you can into the comment section, man. I'm gonna try to get to a minute on I can. If I can't get to you, make sure y'all converse amongst each other, cause we family in this thing. Y'all already know how I get down, man. Man, let's go ahead and pay a couple bills before we get this thing started, man. We doing a little different today. You know what I mean? I came on a little early today, 'cause I had something I need to talk about and need to be on why it's on my mind. You feel me? And I ain't gonna do all the little goddamn news and update part of it. We're going straight into this Falcon talk, dog. So it's gonna be good and sweet, man. But Manscaped, get 20% off Manscaped, free shipping and handling with the promo code AFN, man. You know the saying by now, keep it clean, she won't be mean. Shave it down, she won't frown. Manscaped. All right, man. Appreciate y'all for joining me, dog. Let's go ahead and get straight into this here. Hold on, let me go ahead and see holler at some of the five-star generals in the chat. Who we got off in this thing, man? Hey man, we got Sherman Wood in this thing. He say, "What's good, family? What's happening?" Got Carlos King Loso in the building. What's happening? Southside 12 in the building saying, "What's up, Will? What's happening? What's happening, man?" I know it's different for y'all right now, but I had just come on. Y'all ain't seen me in a minute doing my show, so we're gonna have a little Falcon talk. All right, man. Let's jump straight into it, then, bro. Let's go ahead. Put that thing up there, man. Falcon talk on this. All right, man. So let's jump right into it. So I finally got a chance to see the little two episodes of you know what I'm saying, the little legacy locker room podcast and everything. You feel what I'm saying? And you know they go about talking about all the good things. And it really breaks down to how Julio got to where he was, like of getting the veteran treatment. Right? It comes off. You remember when that training camp with your boy Mike Smith allowed Tony Gonzalez to miss the whole training camp. And you know what I mean? And Tony Gonzalez show up on the last day of training camp, practice, whatever, had a good practice and all that. And they talked about like Mike Smith told Tony Gonzalez to break down the huddle. So it's like you heard Harry Douglas talking about like if you would have seen the look on Julio's face when he told Tony Gonzalez to break down the huddle. And Julio was like, I'm new to it or whatever, and I'm gonna have my turn. And basically like that. Like the team felt a certain type of way of Tony Gonzalez missing all the 3 days and all the pause accounts or whatever, um, of training camp while they out there grinding and Mike Smith want this man to break down the huddle and everything. So it really gave you a perspective of where Julio get it from, like um missing practice and shit like that, taking himself out of games on third down like that. Like he felt he had that seniority to do such thing. He felt like it was his time to do that thing or whatnot because he been here putting in putting in the grind in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Making a name for himself here in Atlanta or whatnot. And you know they was going over a lot of the good days they had. You know what I'm saying? And when excuse me, And we were talking about the good moment, like the Super Bowl game. He had a torn ligament in his toe or something like that. But he was going out there to play. But he felt some type of way about only getting 4 receptions or whatnot in the Super Bowl game. So he say, and it felt like he needed more of that game. But that game right there, they was trying to take Julio out the game. So I guess you wanted Matt Ryan to force feed him the ball or whatnot. But we get into the point of what he felt the worst part with him about Atlanta with him. He was saying getting traded. But he felt like Arthur Blank owed him the right to come and conversate with him about firing Dan Quinn. So he was giving it he's giving off this energy like the team wanted to trade him, but in reality, the issue was you had a problem with them trying to move on with Dan Quinn. If you listen to it more in the interview and whatnot, you could hear him talk about man, it ain't this guy problem, it's us. We not providing because we know you love Dan Quinn because he allowed you to take them practices off and all these and all that. And it basically break down when he's talking more and more about it. I need people to really go listen to the interview, bro, and understand what this man was saying. You can hear that he felt like he had the right to be involved in the ongoings of them keeping his coach. Felt like Arthur Blank supposed to came to him for permission to fire this coach pretty much. If you listen to it, that's pretty much what this man was saying. And don't no owner own you the right to tell you who the hell they hiring and not firing about this guy there up on his team, bro. Nobody, bro. So it's just like he gave off that energy, like he felt like they supposed to gave him more rights to who they hired and fired, and he was mad that the front office was telling him that the new regime was gonna come in and ask, evaluate him, evaluate the whole team, which every regime do. They evaluate the whole team before they, what I'm saying, go into their season or what they need in this team or what. So he felt some type of way when they told him that he was going to be evaluated by the new regime. He felt like he don't have to be evaluated. He earned enough rights here, so he was better than the team or whatnot. But like, so so yeah, he went to the part about he was gonna be evaluated and all this. So he felt some type of way. Even Arthur Smith tried to call him, and he told Arthur Smith, "This ain't got nothing to do with you. It's bigger than you and whatnot, whatnot." Because Arthur Smith didn't want him to go. Arthur Smith told him, if you can hear in the interview, uh, Julio Jones said Arthur Smith didn't want him to go or whatever, and said, "I really like you. Do you want to change your mind?" And Julio pretty much like, "No, I'm done," pretty much. And Harry Douglas was trying to explain to Julio like, Arthur Smith wanted you there. He was when he took the job, he had it in his mind that like, hey, I got this top notch receiver. I'm gonna be able to do this and this into this in his offense or whatnot. And even Ryder White said, he called Julio like, man, I really don't want you to go, bro. You done built yourself in Atlanta, and other team might not see the same value, or the city might not see the same value that you built here in Atlanta. But at this point, Julio was like, "No, I'm gone, bro. I'm done with this," because he felt Arthur Blank should have set up a meeting or answered the call with him before he made a decision on Mike Smith. I mean not Mike Smith, but Dan Quinn. I'm trying to figure out what the hell does the owner owe you owe you. These folks ain't even called Matt Ryan and told him this shit, bro, and asked him for no permission. So they owe you a phone call to tell you, hey, I'm making a change at coach. Hey, we don't want to go with this coach no more. Who you think we need? What we need to do? No, that's not how organization run. You do what they do what best for what it is for their organization. Now, my problem is with all this, why you wait so fucking long to try to say this shit, bro? I don't believe one fucking cent of this bullshit, bro. I don't. And y'all who going to listen to this to these podcasts or whatever, really listen to what the hell they saying. And you can read between the lines of how this nigga felt, bro. And that shit was crazy to me, bro. Like you felt this much entitlement. So like you didn't even want to give the next regime an opportunity, bro, to show you what they had. So this is the reason we had to go get, you know what I'm saying? We had to go get uh Kyle Pitts because Florida used Kyle Pitts like a wide receiver. So we needed another athlete, star athlete that could come take the top off, you know what I'm saying, the top off the ball. So it was just crazy when I finally listened to it, bro. I finally listened to the shit and was trying to understand, gave him a chance to tell his side of the story, whatever, and try to understand where he was coming from. But man, I want to hear what y'all thought about it. If y'all watched it or whatever. If y'all gotta have an iPhone pretty much. Y'all gotta have an Apple product and go to the and get that little squad. I think it's a squad app, and y'all will be able to see the full episode on there. Cause I ain't doing that but showing clippets on the YouTube. But if y'all listen to it and understand the whole thing, you know what I'm saying, and you'll get a view of it. But let's go and see what you talking about in the chat, man. See what some of the 5-star generals just arrived up in this thing. Hey, King Treyway in the building. He say, what's good, Big Will? Michael in the building. He say, shout it. What's happening? What's happening? Carlos King. He said, Julio turned into a spoiled diva. He definitely showed that because I thought we really had a receiver that wasn't spoiled, bro. Because he never showed it. He never showed it, bro. Because the main reason was he was getting special treatment from Dan Quinn. That's why he never showed that diva role, bro. He was getting special treatment. He was getting the treatment of not practicing. He was getting to take himself off the field. I mean, we can be making a drive, bro, and the third down, this nigga pulling himself off the field, bro. You one of our main weapons. Why are you coming off the fucking field, nigga? We on the scoring drive. You pulling yourself off the field. Southside say Julio got to remember all four of them catches. He even had on the Super Bowl was either double cover or tightly covered. The Patriots were not letting exactly that. This is Bill Belichick we talking about. The number one thing Bill Belichick do before coming into a game, he takes away your star players. He makes you beat him another way, but you're not going to beat me with your star player. This has always been who Bill Belichick was. He always take away the team, the opposing team he's facing. He's taking away their key target. Period, bro. So when I'm listening to this shit, I'm like, so you want Matt Ryan to throw you the ball in triple coverage, nigga? When we got somebody over here wide the fuck open, you want him to throw the ball to you in triple coverage, double coverage, and you got a hurt fucking foot? Come on, my nigga. Come on, bro. What are we doing? Larry in the building, he say authority. Was that really T what damn really T damn 10 9 I can't talk today. What the fuck going on? I don't think he wanted to speak with him about the firing of DQ. I think it was about the no. If you go listen to it, it was about the firing of DQ. He didn't want DQ to get fired. He wanted to talk to Arthur Blank before they made that decision. The trade part didn't come around until they seen that he was disgruntled. and he wasn't going, you know what I'm saying, go along with the new regime. He didn't even want to talk to Arthur Smith on the phone. So if this nigga ain't willing to talk to his head coach on the phone, why are we keeping him here? Think about it, bro. What do Arthur Blank have to gain by trading Julio off the rip? Just by trading Julio. He gave this nigga an extra extension when he had 3 years left on his contract. He didn't have to do that, bro. When Tommy Demetra came to him and asked him about that, he didn't have to do that, bro. What do I have to gain of trading my best asset just because? No, they wanted to trade him because he was this disgruntled ass brat that didn't even want to talk to the new regime, bro, because he felt like he had the right not to be evaluated by these guys. Like teams don't do that. When you get a new regime in a team, you always being reevaluated. The NFL stand for not for long for a reason, nigga. Everybody is up on evaluation. I don't care who the fuck you is. So yeah, it wasn't because of the trade room. The trade room didn't come to after. That's when the trade was. That's why I say I don't believe none of this bullshit he's speaking. Because you waited so long to come out and talk about this shit. Now you in a podcast with your homies when they not gonna ask you all the tough questions. Ain't no comment section down there where niggas can come and at the fans can ask you comments and shit. So all this shit bullshit to me, bro. Let's get back to some more of these comments and see what we got. George Texas boy say, what's happening, Big Will and the Falcon family? The new era is here. The Atlanta Falcons will rise in 2025. Georgia, Texas, boy, my dog, nigga, what's happening? Michael say they needed Walker to cleanse the number 11, just like Bijan is doing with number 7. Facts. And y'all know we don't retire numbers down here in Atlanta, so niggas can feel what kind of way about them weighing superstar numbers and then we don't retire numbers in Atlanta. That's why we got the Hall of Fame in Atlanta. Get your name on that wall or whatnot. Larry say they probably told, huh? They probably told they was. You gotta tell me what you talking about on that, Larry. Cause Shadow say, Will, why does Julio have to speak on it just to please us? It ain't the point of him speaking on it. I'm just talking about the point he coming out now with it. If he would have just stayed quiet on all categories, like man, hey man, it is what it will. We went this way, we went that way, we went separate ways. But the thing is, he went publicly, bro. Hold up, where I'm at? I gotta get back where I'm at. Shit, hold on, y'all, hold on. Yeah, I missed where I was at, dog. Missed where I was at. All right, but yeah, it's the point. Like you went publicly and told Shannon Sharp that, hey man, I'm out of there. Then on the podcast, the little locker room, you sit here and say you ain't know you was gonna be on live with Shannon Sharp when you knew Shannon Sharp was doing these uh Fox interviews and shit, and what time he come on, and you seen when he called you. You know what time it is. The time sit right there on your phone. You know this man live. You if you say you talk to Shannon Sharp like you talk to him, cause he tried to say it just like he told Harry Douglas, it's just like I'm talking to you. So you talk to Harry Douglas on the daily. So that means you talk to Shannon Sharp frequently. You know this man is live. Why the fuck would you pick up the phone, or why the fuck would you bait into that question? He could have slid around that question, bro. You said what you said. You said you out of here. So you pretty much forced their hands at this point, bro. You pretty much forced their hand to trade you at this point. You pretty much changed the way they was gonna look at this draft. So they had to go get Kyle Pitts. Y'all wonder why we had to get Kyle Pitts at 8? That's why we had to get Kyle Pitts, bro. You pretty much forced our hand. Hey man, screen y'all tripping. They got rid of some of them. Got no. Hold up, there we go. Okay, there go some of the old comments. I can get back to the old comments now. Y'all hold on. Screen y'all be on that bullshit. But yeah, all right. So, Cushido, I hope that answered your question, my boy. Southside say, Will, when you get on a podcast with your boy, you start talking about everything. You right. You start talking about everything, but I'm saying, don't feed us no lies like we just dummies, bro. Don't feed us no bullshit, bro. Come on, man. Don't do me like that. Don't piss on me and tell me it's rain, bro. It ain't that type of part over there, bit. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like he's doing. And his homeboys ain't asking him the hard question, bro. Harry Douglas them ain't asking them the hard question. They ain't getting this shit up out of. Bring the comments into that shit. Put it on YouTube where more people can see it, and they got to go through hoops to try to find the podcast to see y'all, bro. Okay, you can go live on this here over there on that podcast. Then put the full podcast on YouTube so you can see the feedback from the fans. Y'all not even doing that. Carlos King Lorso said Julio lost his mind for real. The audacity he has was crazy. That's facts, bro. That's what I'm saying. Uh, Chris Shadow said, I think we as fans don't know what's going on when if did he explain gas soon as you wanted him to. It ain't the point, bro. You had plenty of opportunity to say what you had to say when all these fake rumors and shit were coming out about you. You had plenty of opportunity to set the record straight, bro. But when you come here on this podcast and speaking bullshit and giving false narratives like they wanted to trade you off the law, it makes no sense. Make it make sense. Why would this owner want to trade you? And he went out his way to give you an extension on your fucking contract when you got 3 years left. What do I have to gain as an owner by trading your monkey ass, bro? I don't got shit to gain from that. I just paid you. So I'm supposed to just pay you, then let you leave with my money? Come on, that made no fucking sense, bro. No sense at all. Mike, he said they said Grady made Julio like, okay, Mike, we this what we doing, Mike. This what we doing, my boy. I got your ass, man. Look, Mike with the bullshit. All right, Mike also said if he would have showed that Diva at Atlanta would have demanded that he be traded. Exactly, exactly, man. So maybe he showed us a little Diva part, but we ignored it a little bit. But he wasn't like these diva ass receivers out here, bro. He wasn't like that. He was different, and that's why I felt like we had something different. But he showed his ass. He definitely showed that. George Testboy said, "I'm glad we ain't get Bill." Hey, it's yet to be determined on Bill Belichick, dog. I'm put a TBD on it. King Richie in the building. He say, "What's good, family? What's good, my dog?" Mucho Grande. He say, "What's good, big old Will? What's happening? What's happening?" George Chester boy, he talking about what's happening. King Richard, Southside. He hollered at George Chester boy said, "We too. I didn't want Bill either." Hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all. Got no Raheem Moore wasn't my first thought. It was my first thought was your boy up there in Los Angeles. Damn, what his name? Shit. Yeah, I can't. I got a brain fart right now. I can't even think of the nigga name. But him, he was first. Bill was second. And I had somebody else at third, can't even remember. But Raheem Moore wasn't even in the top three for me. Uh, really, 1090 said, of course he did. He didn't, but he said he wanted to talk to AB about the rumors. But yeah, like I said, that was bullshit. He ain't want to talk to him about the trade room. Trade rumor didn't call till he decided that he didn't want to talk to the new regime when they was trying to reach out to him and shit. That's when the trade rumors are. He didn't want to participate in what they had for him. They was telling him he was gonna have to practice, and he ain't like that shit. Earned he earned it the right to not practice like everybody else or whatnot. Like off of watching Tony Gonzalez and pretty much shit like that. How Mike Smith did Tony Gonzalez, and he felt like as he got more veteranized in his league, he didn't have to do such thing. Like, but you gotta understand, bro. Everybody ain't the same. Everybody don't coach you the same. Even if they did give you that veteran treatment, my nigga, you still got to show them that you worthy of this treatment. You still got to go on the evaluation. Everybody go on the evaluation. Really, T90 said I seen the whole thing. He was talking about the trade, but listen, really listen to it. Really listen to it. T90, go really listen to it, bro, and see how he speak. Read between the lines, and you can see what he thought. You know what I'm saying? He felt like he was had the audacity to, you know what I'm saying, for this owner to check with him before doing anything. And if you really look back, the trade rumors didn't come until after Julio was pretty much not goddamn speaking with this new regime, bro, who just came in. Because they weren't thinking to go draft Kyle Pitts with that eighth pick, bro. They weren't, that's not who they was thinking to go get. And my dog to the stage, man. Black Bear, how you feeling, bro? How you feeling about it? Have you ever seen had the opportunity to see both of the episodes or whatnot? I'm gonna before I go back to these comments.
We're good. We're good. No, what? No, I ain't get a chance to see him. What episode we talking about?
We talking about the little legacy locker room
Oh
talk
no.
with the three wide receivers. So you
Oh,
got you got an
I
iPhone?
had
You got an iPhone?
Android.
Oh yeah, yeah. You ain't gonna be able to get it there, but like you had to go get that. They got it to where you had to go get this little squad app thing, and it's up under there. Both of the episodes up under there.
Oh, it's on
So
Apple.
yeah, on Apple Store. So did you get to hear a lot what I was talking about?
I use my wife phone to go look at it for my sons. Uh, nah, I'm just not to. I seen the link and I hit the link, man. I ain't tuned in yet. Catch me up real quick.
All right, so we talking about Julio finally coming out what happened about him getting traded and whatnot. So he making it seem like the Falcons was putting trade rumors out there trading him or whatnot. But I'm at the point of like as an owner, what do I have to gain of trading you? And I just paid you an extension with you having 3 years left on your contract. You feel what I'm saying? Why would I go do that then try to trade my star player? What do I have to gain from that? Because ain't nobody in the league taking that damn contract. If you're thinking about it, ain't nobody taking that contract. You just got an extension and we paying you this guaranteed money. Ain't nobody taking that. But if you listen more into the conversation that you can hear how he felt about Dan Quinn and how he felt like he didn't want them to trade Dan Quinn. You feel? I mean, not trade, but fire Dan Quinn, and was basically saying like it's not on this man. This man doing his job. It's on us. Us as player, we not doing what we supposed to do. So he was saying like he was trying to get in touch with Arthur Blank, but couldn't get in touch with like the owner owed him a meeting about why they're firing this coach. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to pretty much like ask you for permission or ask your thoughts about firing this coach. What do you feel that they have to ask you for permission or how you feel about firing this coach? When they don't even ask Matt Ryan, they didn't even ask Matt Ryan that shit. Matt Ryan got more seniority and did more here than you. They asked him about what they felt about firing this coach. So why you felt like they owed you the right for that? And he tried to make it seem like the trade was the reason why he was out here. But the trade rumors didn't happen until you didn't want to answer the call from the new regime. Arthur Smith called you. It was pretty much like You pretty much, you don't want to change your mind. You sure you not want to stay? No, it ain't. He told Arthur Smith it ain't nothing. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It's bigger than you. So like you felt like you had the audacity to feel like you had the right to determine.
I think he cut out, Will. I think he cut out. You lost audio. But yeah, I think you
All
lost
right, mic
audio,
check,
Will.
mic check.
You good? You good now? Yep.
Yeah, my LP went there, had to change that. But yeah, like so he tried to make it seem like it was the trade rumors that got him wanted to leave Atlanta, but the trade rumors didn't come to after you decided that you was going to not speak with the new regime. You know what I'm saying? You got Arthur Smith called this dude and was saying like, you sure you want to leave, bro? We really love you. We want you to stay here in Atlanta. And you had your boy Harry Douglas trying to tell Julio, hey man, Arthur Smith wanted you down here. That's the reason why he took the job because he knew he had a prolific receiver here that he can build his offense around. And even Ryder White said he called Julio and was like, man, I think you need to stay in Atlanta because you built so much here, and I don't feel like another team or a fan base would appreciate you like Atlanta did. You know what I'm saying? The same way. You feel what I'm saying? So they going through this and this. That's why I say people got to really listen to the interview, the podcast, and read between the lines to see how they talk, and you can really get the truth out of that, not the bullshit that Julio trying to feed you right now. So that's pretty much what I'm talking about right now, dog. So how you feel about that situation from a little bit that you know?
Well, considering I didn't see the interview, and I'm just going off of what you just said and what I done heard, because I haven't even watched a clip of it yet. But I'm y'all know how I feel about the whole Julio situation. If you don't, I feel like it's at this point it's between Arthur and Julio, and they got to sort out whatever issues that they have on a personal tip. They got to figure that out at some point, and I think they will at some point. Like I said, Bret Hart went back to the WWE, so anything can fucking happen. But as far as the trade rumors and Julio thinking that it had something to do with trade rumors, because somebody in the chat said it was about the trade rumors.
Yeah, I had addressed that from. Yeah, I was talking to
Yeah,
him about that. Yeah,
and him and his agent asked for a conversation with Arthur, and they didn't get one. I feel like
yeah, that's what I was.
if
That's what I was telling the dude that put that down. Like, it wasn't about the trade with his
they didn't get
his
to sit
agent
down
and
and
him. But they were trying to get to
the
sit down about the
conversation,
coaching situation. That's what they were trying to get to sit down
yeah,
about. The
yeah.
trade rumor
See,
didn't come to after he showed his ass to the new regime. That's when the trade
and
rumor started to come around.
right, right. That's the more accurate timeline right there. So I think, man, the conversation with that he wanted to have with Arthur Blank about um Dan Quinn, I don't fault Julio for wanting Dan Quinn to be his head coach. I don't fault him for that. I don't fault him for wanting to stay in it, for him wanting to stay in Atlanta, and he felt like he was forced to announce his way out of Atlanta, so to speak. My
Yeah, I
thing
can
is,
respect that too. I can respect
yeah,
that too because
cause
Dan
on a
Quinn was.
business, yeah,
Go ahead.
but cause on a business tip, I'm gonna do what I got to do to make sure that my brand that I am, if I'm Julio, because I'm a brand myself, my brand flourishes. So I get it from a business standpoint, but on a personal tip, I just feel like if he really wanted to talk to Arthur Blank, he could have got that conversation. I don't believe for one bit that he trying to make it seem like he was trying to talk to the president of the United States or something.
Right, right.
Like
Cause Arthur Blank don't duck nobody. He's always at the facility, nigga. It ain't hard to reach Arthur Blank if you
exactly.
want to talk.
And you, Julio Jones, you the best wide receiver his franchise done ever had. So
Right.
he looked out for you on a contract. What makes you think he won't look out for you on hearing you out on who be your head coach in Atlanta? I think he was more than willing to consider it. But people forget this too. This is the element of it that I think keep getting left out. Matt Ryan was still the quarterback of this team.
Exactly.
Everybody knows that Matt Ryan and Julio is sticky Stevens. Everybody knows that. And if Matt Ryan is still considered to be the head of the team, he's still considered to be your leader, then what make you think that Arthur Blank not willing to hear you out? If he know that even Matt Ryan gonna have your back on getting that conversation. Hey, let's talk to him. Me and Julio, we want to have a sit down. We want to talk about the head coach situation because both Matt Ryan and Julio Jones now have both expressed that they both have put it more so on the personnel for not getting the job done than the coaching staff. Both of them have been on record for saying that now. So if y'all both on the same page, you and Matt Ryan, Julio, you not finna make me believe that Arthur Blank was unattainable for you to have a conversation with. You're not gonna make me believe that. One, because
Exactly.
I know who Arthur Blank is, and I know who Matt Ryan is. And ain't now one of them guys gonna let you get up out of there without having that conversation.
On that tip, bro, how many players have you heard that played up on the Arthur Blank ever said that he was hard to get in touch with, not reasonable to them? I'm like, it's hard to believe what you telling us, bro. You pissing on nigga telling this rain like we supposed to just believe this shit.
Mind your business, Jante Rosio. Your goddamn business.
But go ahead and finish what you got to say on that, and then we'll see what else they talking about down here in this chat.
Yeah, no, I said, so with Julio, y'all know how I am, man. As far as for the fan base go, I wish everybody would just let that shit just be, and let's just hope, and it's that sooner rather than later, Julio and Arthur can figure this shit out between the two of them, and to just stop taking the shit. So I know we all Falcon fans, but I just wish a lot of the fan base stop taking it so personal. With Julio, his decision to lead the Falcons out of his, conversation, so to speak, right now. So
because I had seen Smitty stuff when he watched the whatever. Then I said, shit, let me go check it out. See, can I get it? So I finally downloaded the little squad app or whatever. Then I heard both of the episodes, and I'm like, I really just got to come talk to the people about it. Plus, I ain't been on in a minute, so it was a good time to get a people me a little bit, show me a little bit. So I brought the conversation up since that's what flying around right now. And ain't too much else circulating. But that's what
yeah,
flying around right now. And I just pretty much wanted to get out there and give my point on it and see what everybody else felt about it because I wanted folks to really look at the interview and read between the lines when you listen and think about what you know about Arthur Blank since he's been here and you figure out what you think is true or not. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I really wanted to address on that shit. But
not saying that Julio lying because from
he
his
just ain't
point of
telling the
view,
whole truth. He definitely ain't
right,
telling the
he
whole
ain't
truth.
telling the whole truth, and I think he may have at some point figured out after the fact that oh shit, I probably did jump the gun on that, but he ain't gonna admit it though.
Yeah, like let's use common sense, y'all. Why would Arthur Blank want to trade Julio after
Ooh,
just
shit.
giving this man a contract extension? Why would he want to trade him
I
out
ain't
the
never
bat?
seen Coach get sassy like that. Coach,
Say
Coach
what?
done got sassy. Coach done got sassy down there in that chat.
Coach Unchained, no.
Yeah, down there getting sassy, boy.
Let me go through this. Let me go through some of the comments. All right, let's see what we got down here.
He
Mucho
never
brother
heard
say
no.
how you feel about the possibility of signing Jalen Ramsey? You ever heard some more about that?
Yeah, I done heard some more about it. It's still circulating around the ears of the flowery branch. But as far as I told y'all, if we get Ramsey somehow, and it's at the expense of Kyle Pitts or anybody else that I think is gonna be a big factor to this team in some kind of way, I that's gonna be the first indictment on Raheem Morris and on Terry Fontenot. That's gonna be the first indictment for me. For me, that's gonna be the first indictment. You done signed
Yeah,
all these goddamn DBs.
yeah.
You done signed about 1,300 damn DBs. And you done drafted two really good solid ones. And you got Mike Hughes returning and you got CP3 out there. Man, you got to rely on what you got as far as the DB room
Yeah.
go, if you ask me.
Like I said, the only reason I accept Jalen Ramsey come here if he was cut by Miami and we get him on a team friendly discount and you keep them young boys in rotation. That's the
Yeah,
only way
that's the
that I
only way.
accept that.
I
Because you
cannot
like
accept anything less than anything more than that.
right, because you hired 70 DB coaches and you got all these DBs that you done brought in on the offseason. So if you telling me you're not willing to try to get these guys developed and you just want to keep bringing in people who's already made, only real I'd accept that, like I said, bro. If we get him, he's a free agent. He come in for a team for the discount because you can't beat experience, but you got to keep them young boys in rotation. Uh, Mike said he better speak. He said he better speak only if he staying in Georgia. People would have kept asking him every time they see him. Facts, but like, don't feed us bullshit, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
don't feed her that bullshit though. I mean, cause
cause
everybody know I'm still supporting Julio to the utmost, to the
right,
fullest, but even I'm ciphering out the bullshit right now.
we respect what you did here, bro, but I do not respect how you left, my nigga. That was bullshit. Do not respect how you left. Cause Shido said, y'all think Julio was really just bashing us on purpose on TV? Come on. If you don't see it, cause you bullshitting yourself, my boy. Come on now. If you say you talk to Shannon Sharp like you say you talk to him, you know he go on live TV at this time, nigga. If you listen at the interview, he said he told Harry Douglas, it's just like I'm calling you. He talked to Harry Douglas on the daily. So that means you in contact with Shannon Sharp.
Right,
Y'all really in
right.
contact. So you know this man is live at this time. So why would you even answer that question, bro? You could have dodged around that question so many damn ways, bro. But you chose to say, "No, I'm out of there. I'm gone. I'm up out of there." You knew this man was lying, bro.
Yo, cause
Don't
now
don't
I'm
keep.
questioning.
Come on now.
I'm not just questioning your loyalty. Now I'm questioning your intelligence because
Right.
either you ain't that smart to know that this it's that time of morning. He on live TV right now asking me a very very controversial question. If that don't register in your damn brain, then now I'm questioning your damn intelligence, not just your loyalty.
All right. Come on, really, T night. 1090. Come on now, bro. We all went through this same situation together, and we all know he was not traded at that time, bro. Come on, man. Y'all got to stop trying to not see what's right in front of y'all, bro. He pretty much forced their hand to trade him, bro. Like I'm saying, what did Arthur Blank have to gain by trading him? Ain't nobody gonna take that contract. Terry Fontenot worked miracles to get this man traded, bro. He had a fresh contract where he had 3 years still left on his own, bro. What GM gonna take that? We all said Terry Fontenot for lease the Titans when that happened, when the trade happened. We all said that, bro. Y'all got to come on, man. Be real with it. Uh, what to say? The Stuffed Animals Club. But y'all have some names on this bit, but he say he wants all the glory, but none of the criticism. None of, not but not to be criticized. Yeah, he want to be seen in a certain light because he really fucked with this city, but he don't want to seem like the enemy the way he left. Like I said, if you really felt like you're innocent, bro, why wait so long to say something this part what you feeding us? Why wait so long? When all these rumors and everything was coming out by you, why not put some respect on your name, bro? Why not keep these people from lying on your name, dog? You're a big name receiver. You have the platform. You could have just gone went ahead and, hey man, tell these folk what's going on. You ain't even had to give them the whole truth. You could have just told them some what's going on. But you ain't even do that. Now you come feeding us this bullshit. I ain't believe none of that. Southside said we drafted Pitts before Julio went on undisputed. We drafted Pitts when we know we were gonna keep Julio, dog. That's what I'm telling you. We drafted Pitts because Julio made it clear that he wasn't gonna work with this new regime. Y'all got to rethink that whole situation. Go back and relive that situation. The whole how it all went down. He didn't even want to talk to Arthur Smith, dog. The coach is reaching out to you. You don't want to talk to the dude. And if you listen more to the interview, he said the Titans said, you gonna have to practice down here. So that means these folks watching your practice film and talking to other coaches. So you gave this thing perception of that, like as a veteran in his league or whatever, you don't have to practice like everybody else. That ain't how it work, bro. That ain't how it work, dog. You got to earn your spot in this NFL, bro. Ain't
I
nothing
think
given.
I think with Julio, what it was, I think he expected everybody to be like, oh well, hell, you know what I do anyway. You know, I go fishing I go on my fishing trips after the season. So when everybody in OTAs, I'm out on a boat somewhere on a swamp. Like I've been doing that since forever in the league. So what? But I don't know what he thought. I don't know what he thought, but but I
Bro, when you
mean,
got veterans
I don't
like
know.
when you got veterans like Tom Brady showing up for practice, nigga, what make you think you ain't got to practice? Hey, we got a coach that y'all might listen to, man. Since you ain't listening to what I'm telling, let's listen to what Coach Unchained got to say on the situation. Coach, have
Well,
you been able to watch
I've been listening,
the
man.
episodes?
I'm at work right now, but I got a little couple minute break right now. But anyway, fuck Julio.
Damn
Anyway,
man, Coach Sassy today, y'all.
now y'all think about why do y'all think he's doing all this?
He trying to save face.
Okay, think about this. Julio feels that championship coming, y'all. He wants to be part of that shit.
What you think he trying to get a 1 year deal?
No, 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 no,
He
no,
trying
no.
to get he trying to get one of them
He just want to be
consultant,
in the
the
scene.
consultants. Right.
No, no, it ain't even that. He wants to be around that team. He can't. Look at that talent they have, man. He wants to be around that team. He should have done that shit when he had 10 before he tried to go to fucking 10 or whatever he went. Fuck him. That's all I'm gonna say about him, man. Ain't
Hey,
no
y'all got
apology.
y'all got coach acting like one of us down this motherfucker, boy.
Ain't, ain't,
I got Coach
I'm not a,
Sassy.
ain't no apologizing, man. It's too late, bro. You only had 3 years to do that. 3 years.
Right, and this
Your
the
career
point
is
right here.
over
What
now.
Mike said. This the point. What Mike said. Really, could he use Julio? Right, because he looked up to Julio. He looked up to Julio. So once they had to trade Julio, Ridley wasn't ready for that number one role, and it showed. It showed very badly. He
Julio
wasn't
did not
ready
want to be
for it, bro.
criticized. He did
Yeah.
not want to be criticized. That's all it was. Art Smith came in, had that fire, and he did not want to deal with that. He'd been sugar coated for all his career. Then What's came in, he's like, oh fuck that, this mother. He didn't want to deal with that. But that's his fault.
Right.
So you think it's too late, Coach? You think it's too late for him to save face?
I don't think it's too late to save
Ain't
face.
too late.
It ain't too late, but I don't right now. He's doing all this because he wants people to accept him. Because a lot of people in Atlanta have kind of turned their back on him a little bit. He knows that. But the person, like you said earlier, Black Bear, the only person you need to worry about is what Arthur Blank said. We don't matter.
That's it.
The rest of that shit don't even matter. If Arthur don't accept him, that's on him. That's the only people I worry about. This talk right here, I would never brought this shit up. Fuck Julio. I would never brought this up. But it's news, man.
It was just they ain't seen me in a minute, Coach, and this wasn't been hot. This wasn't been popping, so I gave him a little something to talk about.
I was like, he talking about the Julio. First thing I said, go to So, yeah, man, it's a good topic, though. Let me get my butt back to work, man. I had to.
All right, man. Don't work too hard over there, man.
I got a half a trip to go. So I'm good.
No short right.
Appreciate you for stopping by.
All right, yeah. Peace out.
Jordan Test boy say Julio got traded in June 21. The same year that we got Kyle Pitt. That's the only reason we took Kyle Pitt, because we knew we weren't gonna keep Julio, dog. We knew he was gone. He already decided. So we had to replace Julio. And that's what we replaced Julio with Kyle Pitts.
Yep. Now, me personally, I think that it was still up in the air after the Pitts drafting. I don't think that they had made their mind. Me personally, I don't think they had their minds made up yet what they was gonna do with Julio. But anytime they'll smoke, they'll fire. And if it was some inkling of a possible trade for Julio going around and it caught Julio's ear and his agent ear, I don't doubt that that's true. But my thing is, you could have handled it better if you're a Julio and his agent. You could have handled it better.
Right. Really tonight, it was definitely about DQ, my dog. It was definitely about.
It was about Dan Quinn.
I'm telling you now, even a new regime wanted to keep it. If you go listen to it, he said Arthur Smith called him, bro. So they weren't even really thinking about trading this nigga. They wanted to keep him here with the new regime, but he refused to talk to the new regime, bro. And at this point, we ain't got no choice but to trade you because you disgruntled at this point. We can't bring you in with this new regime and you really don't want to play here.
Yeah, and you made the organization look like it's dysfunctional the way you on live TV talking about you out of there.
Mike said it makes sense though. You'll fight to keep the dude that's hooking you up too. Yeah, it makes no sense for Arthur Blank to like trade this guy, man. So that would make it hard for me to believe the shit he's saying on it. You feeding some truth to the people, but you're not feeding everything to the people. That's the thing I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
King Richard say no. He said that was about trade, well, not the coach. Him and his agent asked. I know what he said. I'm telling y'all to read between the lines, dog. Think about when the trade rumor started and when Dan Quinn got fired. That's what I want y'all to pay attention to.
Yeah, it was about Dan Quinn.
Read between the lines, dog, and y'all will really get the truth because he's not giving you the whole truth.
I don't think that was the first time Julio had heard of trade rumors, around the league. That couldn't have been the first time in his career. Couldn't have been. It was about Dan Quinn.
Right, because Arthur Smith wanted this dude on the team. That's the main reason he took the job, dog.
Mm-hmm.
What do they have to gain by trading Julio? I want y'all to really think about that. What do they have to gain by trading your best player after you just got rid of your coach? Southside Rick in the building. What's happening, man? He said, "What's going on? I'm a little late." Hey, man, we just appreciate you joining us, man. If y'all ain't did so, man, go like, share, subscribe on my page, man. Got there, get acclimated with your boy, cause we bring that heat over here at AFN. You already know what's going on, man. John T. Rose just say, "Get out the bathroom, Blackberry."
I'm at the bathroom now, some bit.
Southside Red say, "We real y'all forgetting we don't what? We don't any of these we don't I guess you're saying we don't know any of these people outside Atlanta Falcon news. We don't know for sure what kind of people blank Matt or Julio are. Arthur could have ducked them. Look, we know where Arthur Smith, Arthur Blank is, because they talk about him around the league. They tell you he's one of the best owners in the league. So we know what kind of person Arthur Blank is, and by the fact that you never heard a player come and say that Arthur Blank treated them this way, it makes it hard to believe from what you know and from the lack of guilty parties saying the same thing that Julio saying. It makes it hard to believe, bro. When Arthur Blank showed you this type of goddamn energy? When have he gave you this type of energy?
That's why I say
These are
it probably ain't. That's why I say it probably ain't necessarily that it ain't true what Julio's saying, because it's probably his truth. But it might be from his understanding, he couldn't get a hold to alter for that reason. We don't know what the miscommunication could be there. That's why I say it really just gonna have to be something between him and Alter that they
right.
reconcile at some point. Because we don't really know why he felt like he had this distance between him and Alter. Well, Alter was ghosting him or some shit.
It gonna be, even though I believe it ain't no ghosting by Arthur. I think he giving half truth on that shit, but it's gonna take for him to sit down and bury this shit in the hatchet with Arthur Blank, and he gonna have to apologize to the fans because you made it publicly. You embarrassed us publicly, so you gonna have to apologize to the fans publicly, nigga. You got to, bro. You can't dish out bullshit and not take it at the same time, my nigga. You got to address them publicly like you embarrassed us publicly.
Because
It's gonna be
in
hard
these
because we
60
looked up.
years,
Yeah, we looked up to you as a player, but we appreciated everything you did here, bro. Prince Kale in the building. What's happening, my boy?
in these 60 years of being a franchise, we done had so many things people go back and laugh at us about. You added on to that. You added on to that. You need to apologize. I agree. Me personally, I didn't. At first, I really didn't think he needed to apologize to us. At first, I really didn't think that. But the more I thought about it, and even right now, as I think about it, we in our 60-year anniversary as a franchise, and people could make a list of things they could make a joke about the Falcons. That's one of them. So yeah, he got to apologize.
Yeah, you got to. John T. Rose just said, I just hope all this Julio stuff don't become a distraction for the team. And I think they're gonna have the team locked in. I don't think they're gonna allow this to be a distraction. I think this was more pushed towards the fans than it was, you know what I'm saying, for the team to really be distracted by this. So it's triggering more of the fans now. This is why I'm bringing it to y'all now. For the reason I
Yeah,
ain't been live in a minute. And this the hottest topic that popping off. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to pop that off for y'all. Then we can get into what y'all thinking about, what y'all seen so far in these minute counts. You know what I mean? So let's read some more stuff that's going on in the chat. And y'all can tell me how y'all feeling about this minute count and everything before we close out this thing. Let's see. Southside say, well, Blackberry, what if they trade Hodge to the Dolphins when they give us Ramsey? Would that be acceptable?
yeah,
What
because
mo-
that
what,
that's
what motherfucker in their right mind finna trade Hodges for
huge.
come on now, I mean,
Oh shit.
you talking about damn. I'm
Hughes,
thinking,
yeah.
my bad. Somebody Hughes. Yeah, you'll take that. If he come with
Yeah.
a team friendly discount, it's still you gotta think he want to get paid too. You gotta think about that.
Because he still got a year left under the contract he got with Miami. So we taking on whatever he owed this coming season. We taking that on. So is a Mike Hughes contract going to suffice for? I seriously doubt Mike Hughes contract is going to suffice for a Jalen Ramsey contract. I doubt they even out. I seriously doubt that. But if you saying would I take that deal any otherwise? Yeah, of course. I like Mike Hughes, but I think Jalen Ramsey is a better impactful player to the game. So I would take Ramsey over Hughes. So yeah, I would, but I just don't see it happening contractually.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. We got Anthony White, right? He said Julio wasn't innocent in the situation, and he isn't now. Bullying the front office for a contract extension when you had 2 years left, and the
Bro,
man was constantly injured.
y'all might as well get over the contract shit, man. Y'all might as well just get over that shit. That if Thomas Dimitrov and Arthur Blank and Rich McKay and whoever the hell else, Greg Beatles.
Oh, they want the link. Hold on, let me drop the link for them so they can come up and say their piece. Usually when I drop the link, motherfucker don't come up. Y'all be scared to come up and shit. Hold on. Let me drop the link for y'all real quick.
But y'all might as well get over that shit, man. They the ones gave him that money. You can't be mad at the player in the A. Now, one thing he did during those contract negotiations, though, y'all, he showed up to camp. He showed up to camp, and they offered him the deal. He still.
All right, the link down there at the bottom, y'all. Y'all click that link. We'll start bringing folks on. But go ahead, Blackberry. Finish up.
He still met his obligations as a player on the team during those contract negotiations. He didn't hold out or none of that shit. He showed up for camp. He showed up when he was supposed to show up. So it stop. Y'all might well get over that shit, bro. That's part of the business. Part of the business is get paid. That's part of the business. Get paid. You can't be mad at a player for taking care of his business. Be mad at him for the shit that you're mad at him for with the how he left and all that. That's cool. That's all well and good. But as far as that shit goes, y'all better get over that shit. I don't know who the fuck that is, but kick their ass out.
What the
Who
fuck?
is that? What the fuck was that?
Bro, y'all don't be putting no bullshit up here. Y'all, hey man, see, y'all gonna make a nigga not drop the link, bro. Y'all come with that fuck shit like that.
What
The fuck was that, bro?
Hey, that sounded like a Ford Escort with some bad beat in it, with a bad ring.
All right, really. Hey, we got really and Auntie Pam up here. Really, go ahead, go ahead and tell us how you feel about the situation. Really,
What's happening, y'all?
what's happening?
Look at Pam. Look at her.
Hey, sure. I really just wanted
This
to
really
say,
1090. This 1090 right here.
yeah, they're 1090.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead. Tell me
Hey,
what you
I
feel
just
about
really
it, bro.
wanted to say about the whole Julio thing. I mean, yeah, he being the diva, like real talk, he really being the diva. But I just feel like it all could have been handled a different way, as far as like on the regime part, because it wasn't nobody in the building yet. It wasn't even no head coach or a GM at that time. So it was just like he wanted to hear like where this stuff was coming from, where everything else was. That's what he said. You know what I'm saying? So I just
Hey,
took it.
so really, that's what really don't add up though. Let's think about when the trade rumor started. They didn't
Right,
start.
the
They
trade
didn't
rumor
start when
started during the trade rumor started right after DQ got fired, which was in the middle of the season.
trade rumor started once they started when they hired Arthur Smith. That's when the trade rumor
Yep.
started.
Nah,
Yep.
really, it was
Yeah,
before
you
then.
got to think about it.
It
You
was
got no.
before that. before
Don't
then as far as the rumors.
don't
As
listen,
far as
listen, listen,
everything's like,
listen, really.
okay, see
Started
the
went up.
DQ
Don't
gone.
listen to don't listen to what Julio just told you. Really think. Forget about the interview that you heard from Julio. Really
Mm-hmm.
think when the trade rumor started. It started when we got our new coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
Julio told you
I
himself in
understand
the
that, but
interview.
I understand
Okay,
that. I
if
really
you,
do. I understand that. But how I feel like this is all my opinion though. Like,
oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
so
Go ahead.
how I feel about it is that, of course, like, Julio, this is not the first time trade rumors were being brought about because, injuries and he getting older and everything. But it's like once DQ left, it was just like, okay, he was so gun ho on DQ, why not get rid of Julio? That was all the talk. So in the middle of the season, it was already rumors being circulated. Now I don't understand why Julio got offended by it, because come on now, you got to see the writing on the wall somewhere.
My question is to you,
That's
really.
how I know it wasn't about no
What
trade rumors.
There were no trade
exactly?
rumors then.
Exactly. My
But I'm
question to
saying
you, really.
it
Hold
couldn't
on,
have been
really.
about DQ
Let me ask you
either
a
after
question.
the season, and the man was already gone.
Let me
It
ask you a
couldn't it
question.
couldn't have been
Mm-mm.
it couldn't have been
Mm-mm.
about Dan Quinn.
Let me ask you a question, bro.
Mm-hmm.
What did Arthur Blank have to gain from trading this dude after he just
I
paid him
agree. I
and
agree.
all that?
Like I
What
said,
did he
I
have to
told you,
gain?
I said already, I agree with all that. That's why I agree with, like, it was nothing
So
to gain. But my thing
that,
is, it's just my whole thing was why, you know what I'm saying, everything was handled the way it was handled.
yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
why that's
saying?
why I tell you to really forget about what Julio just told you. Really think about when the trade rumor started, dog. It didn't
Mm-hmm.
start
And
to
I and,
after.
and
That's
I
the
and it,
reason.
I told you, I already answered that question.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going back to what you're saying though. You're saying
Mm-hmm.
it was before they hired the new coach, and I'm trying to tell you forget
Mm-mm. It was
about what he said.
after.
It wasn't. You got to really think about when they started circulating, bro.
It was after.
I mean, I'm in the Atlanta area, so I know when trade rumors was circulating. Like, I'm telling you, that was when everything was starting to pick up in the middle of the
No,
season after he, like,
Mm-mm.
they
as
didn't
far
say
Mm-mm.
as
nothing
talks
about
and
trading
everything.
nobody, bro. When
Mm-mm.
they fired
I
Dan Quinn, they
understand
didn't
that
say
because it's
nothing
a
about
trade
trading nobody.
deadline, but I'm saying as far as being the talks and everything else, I feel like that's what he felt disrespected at. Not saying it was right for him to feel like that, but I just felt like that's when all the disdain started coming about. Was just like, okay, you don't even have a head. We didn't have a head coach at that time.
See, this how I know you keep talking about the fresh where the interview you heard from him because that's what he was saying. That's
That's what he's
exactly what he
saying.
was saying. So,
I mean, that's
but
all I
what
can
I'm
go
telling
off
you
of. I can
though,
only I can only go off a man on his word. Like,
I
everything
know,
else,
I
I
know,
don't know.
I respect you for that, bro. I respect you for that. But I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
really, when you listen to this shit, read between the line when you listen to it. Even Julio
Mm-hmm.
come in and tell you that he was trying to get in touch with Arthur Blank about not firing this dude, bro.
Nah,
About
nah.
not
I don't.
firing.
He didn't say that.
How many times he kept saying,
He didn't say that. He
Mike,
was like, he said this is what Julio said. He was like, when they were talking about fire Arthur, I'm not Arthur Smith, but Dan
Arthur
Quinn.
and Queen.
Dan Quinn,
When he was talking about firing Dan Quinn, of course he was gonna go to bat for him. Everybody wanted to, so he put that on his shoulders. Of
that's
course he was
respectable.
pissed, but
Yeah,
my thing
that's
is,
respectable.
what can Julio do about the owner firing a coach? He can't do nothing.
And
Mm-mm.
that's what I'm
So
trying to
that's
tell
why
you to
he
Mm-mm.
do.
that's why he
He
said
did.
he held a player own meeting for them to be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Let's get this together. This on us. If he get fired, it's on us.
Yep.
So it's
And
like
that's why I'm telling you
I
to
don't
read
see
between
why is
the
there a
lines when you
reason.
listen to him.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why is a
Mm-hmm.
reason for him to talk to Dan Quinn about getting, you know what I'm saying, about the firing of Dan Quinn. I mean, he talked out the blank about the firing of Dan Quinn.
See that,
And
but
that's
that's why he left, cause that's the whole reason why he went on the team no more.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Because first of all, you made the organization look dysfunctional. What is that? What is all
hold
this?
up. Somebody, hey, if y'all ain't talking, go ahead and mute yourself real quick. Mute yourself. Mute yourself. All right,
Okay,
go ahead, Blackbeard.
that's how that's why you went here, y'all, cause you made the organization look dysfunctional, and we already one thing we all done agreed on by now. is Arthur Blank is sick and tired of being sick and tired of being a damn joke amongst the NFL, amongst the league. He tired of that shit. So you already done made us look dysfunctional, and on top of that, you look unappreciative of what the organization done for you. And you made it personal. You didn't make it business with Dan Quinn. You made it personal because now you in your feelings because Arthur Blank won't pick up his phone for a day or two. You mad about that?
Right. And this what you telling us. But
Right. This is
Auntie
what you
Pam,
telling.
go ahead and tell us how you feel about it, Auntie Pam.
Okay. I think the trade rumor did. I agree. It happened right after they hire Arthur Smith, but I go beyond that because they had drafted Cal Pitts, and the assumption was to have Cal Pitts to work with Julio and Ridley. But later on down, Julio was in his feelings, like you said, and it happened in June that he decided that he wanted out of Atlanta. In my opinion,
Right.
you know. So I think the trade rumor happened right around June of that year after they drafted Cal Pitts. You got to look at it because if he wanted it out they would have in my feeling, would have drafted a wide receiver. If he was leaving. So, but they were on the assumption he was going to be on the team during that
Facts.
time.
Facts.
And I think a lot of people getting it mixed up saying that they should never draft the Cal Pitts. Well, they drafted Cal Pitts because they actually thought Julio was going to be on the team. Now, if they had known beforehand that Julio was not going to be on the team, they could have drafted a wide receiver during that time.
I think it was the other way around.
Yeah, I think they was drafting Kyle Pitts because they knew Julio was going to be gone. So that's why I think they got him. Because I really think they was gonna try to go defense that year. Because we already had got Calvin Ridley, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So we already had things in place. We was gonna go defense. But by them knowing, hey, if y'all ain't talking, mute yourself, please
Yeah.
mute yourself. I'm getting some bad feedback coming through there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the reason why they did it though. Hey, William, Amy, go ahead and tell her what you felt about it, bro.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh man, I just feel like Julio's in this feelings, man. I don't think I can't put the blame all on Arthur Blank because Arthur Blank, we paid you, Julio. We paid you the money. You say you can be a Falcon for life. Arthur Blank gave you everything that you needed. So you mean to tell me you and your feelings about how the team was going moving forward? Terry Farley said it in the interview. He said that this is a team game, not one player. So when Terry Farley said that, Julio over I'm out of all you want is your bag and you all that. You ain't care about the fan base, you ain't care about nobody. You was me. So you can't hold yourself accountable, brother. Just don't speak bad on my owner. Just hold up to your bull crap. So that's all I'm gonna say about it. Just hold yourself accountable, bro. Stop pointing the finger at Arthur Blank like he was the problem, but he wasn't.
Yeah, that's the fact
And one
right
more
there.
thing,
That's what I got a
and
problem with. I got a problem with you
my
trying to.
bad.
Hey, can I say something after everybody get done?
Who that?
Oh,
George
this is my
Testament?
last thing.
Who that?
They really.
And I ain't even cut you off
Yeah,
really.
I'm gonna come back around to you, really. I'm gonna let George Testament talk, then I come back around to you and let you say what you got to say.
For sure.
All right, go ahead, William.
One more thing, I ain't got nothing bad about Smith. That's just his opinion, but you can't blame that on Rich McKay. I know Rich McKay and Thomas the Menchoff, they did some things that, some bonehead decisions about not building the trenches or replacing people, start holding on to star players, for like, holding players to because they're a veteran. But you can't blame that on Arthur Blank, Smith. You got to blame that on Julio for his selfishness, bro. Just because he said his own opinion doesn't mean it was all true. So that's all I gotta say. Don't take it personal, Smith. This is what, in my opinion, this is what I believe. I just feel like Julio Jones robbed the Falcons, and he ain't want to hold himself accountable for it.
Right.
That's
I
it.
feel he giving folks some truth, but he ain't giving the whole truth. Like we respected you, dog. You earned your right down here. But the way you left, nigga, that was unacceptable, dog. It's unacceptable. Jordan Test boy, tell us how you feel about the situation.
Hey man, you already know. Once they gone, they gone. I'm finna put his ass
Thank
in the
you.
same boat as Grady.
Thank you.
But yeah, man, it's like, come on now, Julio Jones know what you're doing, bro. Everybody seeing you from 2015 to 2020 practice 2-3 days a week, and you gonna act like it ain't true. And
And
then like during the game, we could be on the run, offense moving. Where Julio Jones at? On the sideline for about 3-4 plays, and then the offense turn the ball over, and then we don't get the ball back.
that's what I'm
60
saying. It's
million,
so many times. How many times we
60
seen
million
this
fully
man come off?
guaranteed. We
Right. How
gave
many times we
Julio
seen the man
everything
come
that
off
he
the
wanted.
field on third down, and we on the scoring drive? He taking himself off the goddamn field.
Hey, taking himself off the field. And just think about it. We gave this man 60 million fully. This man got a Kirk Cousins contract. Remember when Kirk Cousins signed that 3-year, 66 million fully guaranteed, and we backdoor and get Julio a 3 years, 60 million extension?
Right.
Come on, bro.
Maybe
And
he
I'm
was
just
gambling
saying
on the
they
team.
comment about Auntie Pam right here. She said, I feel if he had a close relationship with Arthur Blank, he would have not had his agent reach out. Right. Arthur Blank, you get your person info, the stars on the team. Y'all got that man number. Y'all already know Arthur Blank ain't got no goddamn problem picking up the phone for you. You know what I'm saying? You one of the stars on the team. You could have talked to this man, like Blackberry said earlier. You could have reached this man if you wanted to reach him. Arthur Blank always at the facility, man. You always see him around the facility. And I guarantee you he gave you his goddamn number. But let's go back to Rilla. Rilla, what you got? What else you got? You were done, Jordan Texas boy? Or you had something else to say?
Oh, no, I'm done.
All right, Rilla, what you had to rebuttal on?
Man, I done forgot, man. I'm dealing with my child over here. I forgot, bro.
All right,
but
when
nah,
it
but
come
nah,
back,
it
when it
had
come back to
something.
you, let me
It
know. I'll
had
come back to you. Coach,
it
go
had
ahead.
Hey,
something to
Go
big.
ahead.
do. It
Hey,
had something to do with Julio. That's really all it was, man. Julio
but
gone. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no Falcon no more, man. So it really is fucking, bro. I still fuck with him, but it's fucking.
All right. Okay.
exactly. But what I was gonna say is, people keep failing to realize. Y'all remember when what you call him got here, right? Even after they drafted Kyle Pitts,
Who you talking about?
Arthur, Arthur Smith, he said
Oh
he
yeah,
has an
yeah.
offense. He had an offense designed for those three guys.
Yeah, you
He
Facts.
even
said this.
heard in the
So
interview,
there
you
was
heard
nothing about
Julio,
trade talk. There was nothing about trade talk
right?
Then
In
they
until
the
brought
interview,
in
you
Mike
afterwards.
heard
Davis and
Julio
Cordell
say
Patterson.
that's the thing, coach. If you go, that's why I tell people to really listen to the
There
interview.
was nothing about trade talk.
You heard Julio say, "Are you sure you don't want to stay down here because we got big plans for you in this offense?" And Julio told him it ain't about you, it's bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? You felt entitled, like Arthur Blank
That was
owed you a
selfishness.
conversation, bro.
Yeah, man,
He
fuck
don't
you.
owe you that, bro.
You a millionaire. He's a billionaire. Fuck you. It's a difference. That man.
We got the boss lady and pop up in the building. What you got to say, boss lady?
Man, I didn't even know y'all had a show this early. I'm looking like, hold
I,
on,
I
do I
had
see Pam?
Happy
I had to
birthday.
come on. I had to come on
Happy
while I was on my
birthday,
mind. I say,
baby.
hey, forget. I say, forget 7 o'clock. I'm gonna go ahead and go while it's fresh on my mind. And they ain't seen me in a minute, so let me go ahead and pop on through.
Yeah, it is kind
Maggie
of early.
came to the office and said, "Who left the damn lights on?"
Exactly. Like, come on now. I mean, I'm celebrating. Thank you for the birthday wish, coach. I'm just on here just,
I told you happy birthday too.
oh
I'm
yeah,
saying,
thank
what
you.
my
Well, I
thank
don't
you
know if
at?
it was
You know
here or,
what
yeah.
I'm
Thank you everybody for the birthday wishes.
Happy birthday.
Before I get out in these Atlanta streets later on today, I just wanted to
saying?
kind of chime in on this Julio Jones conversation because me and the Ladybirds just had a conversation last night, but
Mhm.
I actually finally watched. I'm almost at the end of the interview, but I finally watched the whole, you know, podcast of that conversation, and I feel like there's still some things that's left to be unsaid with that
Mhm.
conversation, but at the same time, I feel like he it's going to be like a bashing fest of, the Falcons do this and the Falcons organization did that. Off the blank, didn't do this and didn't do that. But like what Will was saying, basically, there was an opportunity where they tried to communicate with him and say, hey, we got some things. Are you going to stay? What have you? But he was like, nah, I ain't even worried about that right now. So he kind of got that diva attitude. And it was like, well, there's really no point in me having these meetings then if you're not really, you don't care. Apparently you're trying to get up out of here. So my agent will talk to your agent and we'll just keep it moving like that. But it still gave me a perspective how Roddy White and Harry was feeling too about how the organization handles the communication when it comes to tough talks. There's, putting it out there where it's like they try to avoid having those tough talks. And it's a possibility maybe they did. They didn't want to really have that conversation with Julio Jones because, this means we have to make him accountable as well as us and saying, hey, this marriage is not working anymore. It doesn't seem like you're happy. We've done everything we can possibly do. Contract this, whatever you asked for, Julio Jones, you got. And as far as him saying that there was a reputation that he doesn't practice, tell that to a Falcons fan that been following along a long ass time now. I mean, minus the injuries, there are sometimes he just felt like I ain't got to show up because I've done this for so long. But it's like, well, it's new head coaches, it's new things that's going on. You might need to be there, Julio. That's just my personal opinion.
But something you just said, Miss Maggie, about how they had that tough conversation. Who's to blame for that? That man with those dogs.
Yes.
Simple.
Exactly. I was just about to say, because Arthur Blank used to always come to have a conversation with his player like that, but Michael Vick messed that up. Mike Vick messed that all the way up, bro.
He messed it all up. Trust, man. You got to have. He lost trust in people. And Julio want to be a entitled little something.
That's all y'all got coach. His sassy meter is all the way
up. Coach turned to one of us tonight. I told you, he turned to one of us now.
I just felt like that he didn't want to be accountable for somebody, like he was saying, these new guys that came in, they're supposed to be the new head coach, the GM, and all that, and there's changing the way things are operated. I don't think he was cool with that, to be honest. To be the real, that's just the real bottom line for me.
That's what it is.
From what I got from
it.
That's what it is.
And that's what I kept trying to tell folks to understand. He really forced their hand to trade him. When you not gonna talk to the new regime that we just brought in, why are we gonna keep you here to start their career off the wrong way? You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's no reason to keep you. You already saying you're not gonna deal with these guys. You're not trying to talk to Arthur Smith, your new head coach, on the phone. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to do none of this.
Not even trying.
Even he said in the interview, like Tennessee Titans was saying, "Hey, you gonna have to practice over here." Where are they getting that from, Julio? That you're not practicing? Mm-hmm. Where are they getting that from, sir? Come on, man. It's just being real. You're giving people some truth, but you're not giving them the whole thing. You're trying to point the truth off. You're trying to give the blame off to Arthur Blank. What I'm trying to get fans to realize, hey, when you're listening to these interviews of these podcasts, read between the lines because there's a bias over there. You got to read between the lines. They're not going to ask them the difficult question. You got to read between the lines. Then you got to think back. Okay, when did these trade rumors really start circulating? You really got to think about this, dog. Just don't let this man tell you something and go for it face value.
I'm going to say this, Big Will. I'm going to interrupt you real quick. A lot of key points that people don't realize and remembered when these rumors started coming about, they asked Arthur Smith, basically, can you tell us about Julio Jones? What's going on with Julio Jones? He said, I'm only worried about the people that's actually showing up today that I'm talking about.
Right.
Exactly.
Show up and be there. Be accountable for it. Be present.
Anybody else got something to say about this situation before we just go on to what we like in the minute count? Then we close the thing out. Anybody else got something to say?
Close it out, man.
He even gave himself away by saying that Arthur Smith reached out and called him while he was on vacation. And he was not ready to talk to him. That was the fine kind of
right. You know.
We got some Julio lovers and some Mike Vick lovers. Oh my
So he
God.
called on himself when he
Hey,
said
it's
Arthur
all
Smith
right. It's all
retired.
right to be a fan, but I need
Fuck,
y'all to
man. I ain't
read
no
between the
fan like
lines
that,
sometime
man.
before just
You ain't
believing everything.
part
Arthur
of the
Blank ain't
team. You
never
ain't
gave
shit no
y'all
more.
this energy, dog. Arthur Blank ain't never showed y'all this energy. So why are we taking Julio Jones at face value right off the top because he said it out his mouth after 3 years later?
Yeah,
Like he
and,
talking
and
to Roddy.
is their biased opinion, and it's not fair because it's pre-recorded, so they can premeditate what they're going to
Right.
say. We can't ask
They
them
got
Mm-hmm.
no
questions. We
comment
can't
section
dig
open.
deep into that.
Right.
And they
Ain't
gonna
no
ask him the
comment
hard
section open.
question.
I mean, I don't even fault you for having it on that black owned platform over there. But drop the video over on the YouTube side so you can hear the fan perspective on it. You're not
Hmm.
even doing that. You dropping little snippets on the guy. No, you cutting up part that you want people to hear. Drop the video so they can see the whole thing. All right, man. But we gave him enough shine today. How we feeling
He
about
been
this
doing it
bag
for
of
an
minute
hour and a
count?
half.
Hey, when that chat started to pop, coach, you know how I do. I get into it. I
You
talk with the
try.
chat. They be popping down there.
You were trying to get me in trouble at work, boy.
Hey, but hey, I ain't tell you hit that button, coach. I ain't
I was
tell you.
like, I didn't know you were going on this damn early. I was like, who the hell's
Me
on this
either. I
early?
just
Hey,
kind of looked
I,
and
I
seen
had I
faces.
had
I
to,
was
coach.
like,
It
"What's going
was
on?"
balling. It was balling. I was gonna wait to 7. I said I'm gonna cool down. I'm coming on now. Hey, it was
I should have.
balling on my brain. It was
I
balling.
would have been fresh then, but shit, I had to pop on the side on my break and talk for a second, and rush back to the car.
Hey, so how we feeling about this mini count so far? That
Mm.
Wednesday. We got the young undrafted rookie popping off already on the star. You know what I mean? So how we feeling about him throwing shots at Lamar Jackson right now, dog?
I
Who's
think it
throwing
was.
shots at Lamar?
I
You
Ooh,
didn't
I
think
see
didn't
it
see
was.
that?
that part.
Uh,
Kobe Bryant, he put a James Harden face on Lamar Jackson body.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, that was going around. They were talking
Please
about
make the
that for a
team, young
minute.
man. He need to make the team first. Come on, bro. Don't do that.
Don't do
Don't do
that.
that
Don't
yet.
don't don't start
Don't
throwing
do
them
that.
them wolf cookies out first, and then you
Yeah.
ain't proved yourself. Let's don't do that. We
Hey
don't
man,
learn that from
hey, we
somebody that
asked
was
for
in
the
draft
we
talking
asked for
about
the
he gonna be
dogs, y'all.
this.
This is what dogs do. We want all
Hey,
the
man.
smoke. They talk
I
about
like the
us every
confidence,
chance they
though.
get. We want all the smoke.
We don't play Baltimore this year, so I ain't worried about it too much. I ain't worried about it too much.
Hey, I pretty much think he already made the team. This is an undrafted free agent they gave a
No.
contract to. They gave a 3-year contract to this man.
They
When
get
you seen
contract to
them do that?
everybody. Everybody get
3 year
contract.
coach?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I never paid no attention to it.
Nash got a 3 also. You can't give him a
Oh,
4
okay.
because they undrafted. They
Okay,
don't mean you gonna
okay.
make the team because your money ain't guaranteed.
Well, he better. All I said, hey, he better show out. If he get a chance to play, he better show out. That's what I'm saying. You popping up, but I think this gonna be a real competitive all-season training camp, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Them boys already after it. Them boys ain't even full pad like that. They after it out there, man. Like,
How you doing?
the little
All
fight
right.
situation they had and all that. You know what I'm saying? They after it out there. I like that juice. I like that
I
energy.
agree.
from what
I
I
agree
can
with you, Big
Yes,
tell,
Word.
sir.
from what
Definitely.
I can tell, these OTAs so far, what it done showed me is that they all adopting the same mindset, and that's everybody out there after it. They getting after it
Can't
out
hear
there.
you.
Y'all can't hear me.
Mhm.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think that's
we
you.
I hear you.
we
That's you.
that William. I ain't mean he got them earbuds over. He better got them
I ain't got
regenerate the
none.
motherfuckers.
I ain't got none.
Oh, he ain't
Well,
got
you
them
heard
today.
that.
Uh-uh.
He heard that part. Go ahead, Black man.
Hey,
What you say?
no kills don't have good service no more, William, man.
What? What you say? What?
Hey, that's what I'm getting from the OTA so far, man. I see a lot of folks getting after it. And seeing Bergeron and David Onyemata having a little scuffle, you know what I'm saying? And then everybody galvanizing together and getting back after it afterward. Man, that to me showed me that everybody adopting that same frame of mind, that same mindset is that we all out here getting after it. So I can just imagine what training camp gonna look like. It
Oh
finna
yeah.
Mm.
go down in training camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they got a open. They gonna have open
Yeah,
practice for that
With
joint
Tennessee.
practice too.
for the Tennessee
Woo,
Yeah.
game.
Tennessee,
Tennessee game.
that thing gonna be live.
That Tuesday and Wednesday. Yep.
Hey, Mike,
Mm-hmm.
Mike, cut your shit now. Somebody Grady call you trying to get me started on Grady? Don't you do that shit, Mike?
Busting
I
track,
hear James Pierce is
busting
giving
track.
Black Air
I ain't
Force energy.
falling for that shit no more, Mike. I ain't falling for
You said Grady on the second string now.
it.
Yeah,
He's a rotation piece.
I hear James Pierce Jr. giving out Black Air Force energy.
Man,
Yeah, they
it's
say
the thing. It's your boy Jalen
he
Walker
can't
webbing
control his
off on him.
speed. They
Jalen
can't control
Walker.
his speed.
Oh, you seeing Jalen Walker hit that dummy in practice, dog? Oh my God! They talking about that dude small. He got that boy strong. That boy that's strong.
We're gonna make
Strong.
folk laugh. You gonna
Him
make folk laugh
strong.
at you. You gonna have folk laughing at your ass.
He said strong.
Oh,
Strong.
why you say that, black man? You know I got to give him one every time they see me. I got to give him something to talk about.
Because you
Mm-hmm.
already know what they gonna say. They gonna say, "Oh, we are getting excited about these niggas hitting dummies in practice."
Hey, this all we got to talk about right now, dog.
Yeah,
They ain't
that's
got
why
no
I ain't
pads
That's
watching
going
no
true.
on.
highlights.
I'm
They
gonna
ain't
I
say
got
this
ain't
no
Ain't
watching
about
no
nothing
pads
going
highlights.
on.
on other than Julio
J-
Jones. That's it.
I'm gonna say this about Jalen Walker, y'all. I'm gonna say this about Jalen Walker. He is the purest talent of linebacker I've seen, maybe since Ray Lewis. Just just pure talent at the position of linebacker. Because if you really understand linebacker, you know that linebackers are edges, linebackers are weak side and strong side. A pure linebacker, he playing all that shit. He can play it all. Jalen Walker looks so natural at the position of edge and linebacker. He just looks so natural that all I'm thinking about is how much of an impact this dude finna have on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what this showed me was like Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris looked at the goddamn deficiencies we had on this team and they addressed it.
They
They knew
definitely
these
did that.
quarterback kept getting out the backside on us every time. Every time we face a running quarterback, they got the backside on us. So what they did, they got two fast ass edge linebackers who they can't outrun.
And not just that, they got an intelligent linebacker in Jalen Walker and a leader at that. I think that's what we was missing on the defense, boy.
Yeah, they were
Yep.
saying
Mm-hmm.
that in some of the
Everybody
recaps, it was
drafted
like you
captains.
could tell him one time what to do. He getting it right
Yeah,
then.
Right,
that's
right,
it. That's that's
right.
intelligence at the position and that leadership ability that he got. We didn't have that. We ain't had that at linebacker in a very long time. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody know that your leader on defense need to be in the linebacker position.
So that
You can't.
means
Jesse Bates can't be your leader. Your leader need to be at linebacker.
it's true. So that means the Black Street Boys finna go then, ain't it?
Ooh, who the Backstreet
Bye,
Boys?
bye, bye, Troy.
Troy Anderson. Yeah, he
Hold up,
talking about
hold up, hey,
he got
hold up.
hurt.
Before y'all dismiss Troy Ellison,
Yeah.
what if Jeff Obry got this man in the film room, dog? Y'all know Jeff Obry is a linebacker at heart.
Yes,
So
he
That
is.
Troy
mean that
Anderson
mean
got less. He got less experience at playing linebacker. What if Jeff Obry got this man in that film room,
what if he
trying
got
to
him in the
get him
film room? That what you
in
said?
that film? Huh?
He could be a great assistant coach then.
Why did? Hey, man, Troy Anderson gonna show y'all, man. He gonna show y'all, man.
Okay.
He
On
gonna
the
He
be
gonna
bench
show
defensive
behind.
y'all.
player of
I
the
hope
year.
so,
Hey,
Will. I hope
listen,
so.
guys. Josh Wood getting more talk than he is. Think
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
what I'm saying. What is this a strategy right here, Coach? They got this man in that
Strategy.
film room.
You
Yeah,
ain't
what
no
is this?
good and you ain't available.
I don't think it's that deep with. I don't think it's that deep with him, Will. I don't think it's that
We
deep.
gonna we gonna see. We
The
gonna see.
film room.
Y'all just remember what I told y'all. Remember Big Will said this. And that
Hey
boy
man,
Hey,
talking
hey,
about playing
but
like his
hey,
watch
hair
this.
on fire.
Hey,
That boy
hold
talking
hey,
on.
about playing like his hair on fire now.
Listen,
hey, who?
Chicago
Oh
need a
yeah, yeah,
linebacker.
There you go, Coach. Why you trying to sit there about Chicago?
Well, they do need another linebacker. Everybody else going that motherfucker behind him. No, we'll send him down to Carolina. That's where they go to.
Nah,
And,
we definitely don't want to see him in Carolina.
it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
We don't want to see that in Carolina. They
He
remind
can
me
go to
Kuechly there.
Carolina and he can go.
Hey,
He probably
They gonna
still
remind you of
this season.
Kuechly.
No, but he ain't like no Kuechly. That's a damn lie there. He like Kuechly.
Hey, well, one thing we know about Jeff Obert, coach, he can do what?
That's fine, but
He,
Troy ain't on
he
the
can
field to do
develop. He
nothing.
can develop linebackers, right?
Okay, how can you develop somebody who ain't there doing nothing?
What was the problem with Troy Anderson?
He
He
can't
was
stay
injured, right?
healthy.
That's it. So he got the talent. If we can keep this man
He
healthy,
ain't no doctor.
we
Jeff ain't no doctor.
it's strategy, coach. It's strategy. It's strategy. That's
Okay,
what I said. Remember
I got
Big Will told you that. Remember Big
Will.
Will told you.
I got some strategy too. It has to be so well.
Hey, coach joking, but I do think Troy gonna be a key to this defense. He stay healthy.
Oh boy.
I'm
Boy,
telling you,
you got
man. Remember I said it. Remember I told you.
Because really all it with him, really all it's about is being healthy. Because he still, y'all know he ain't been at OTAs, y'all know that. So you really not gonna know unless he show up to training camp and he actually out there with the team in training.
Well, mandatory minicamp next week.
Okay, man, yeah. So
well,
that's when
they actually said everybody was there except Kirk Cousins. They actually said everybody. I'm telling y'all, they got that man in that film room, dog. He in that film room. I'm telling you.
Troy Anderson
he in that cold tub. The cold tub is the best thing, coach.
I think he's still on the injury list. I think he's still on the
They ain't got to announce it yet. They ain't got to announce it.
Yeah, they ain't got to announce it yet. But
yeah.
the latest OTA report I heard, he was still being talked about as being dealing with an injury. So long as they still putting him in the injury conversation, you still
$1 million save.
Hey, what happened when them folks be on that injury list? They be working on some of them folks. Remember, Big Boy was on the injury list. He gained 30 pounds. Come on now, they work strategy. Terry used strategy in this thing now.
Well, he was cut first.
Look at Coach, man. Coach, man. Come on, Coach.
He actually had an injury. He had an injury settlement, so he couldn't go to another team because he had the injury settlement. So, yeah.
And they got that speed of Diablo, boy. He's showing that.
That's why I'm saying he ain't gonna be coming back, y'all. I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all. Y'all gotta think about it. Jeff don't like big linebackers, guys. He don't like big linebackers. Look at his career. Deion Jones.
But Troy big and fast though.
Yeah.
And you don't find that. You don't find a guy his size with his speed every day.
Well, he don't find it either because he can't do it no more.
One thing I think he put on tape, coach, that I think every coach is gonna keep in mind is when he took Alvin Kamara out of the game the first time he played Alvin Kamara. He washed out Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. He's great spot job. They finally did some defense that game. You're right. He had a great game. He had a great game that game. He did. But we couldn't stop the wide receivers.
Watch. They gonna give Troy Anderson an opportunity. He gonna get an opportunity to prove himself this year. And if he can stay healthy, he gonna make the team. I guarantee you that. I guarantee that.
Don't be mad, Will.
I can't be mad because I don't control the team. In that case, I was mad with Grady Jarrett, but I can't control they got rid of the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. I'm still gonna root for him.
Hey, room with the mother PIs. They're no longer dirty birds. So
but when they play against the Falcon, it's like fuck them. It's fuck them when they play against the Falcon. But every other, I'm gonna keep an eye on them. I'm gonna keep an eye on them.
Grady don't give me no points, so he ain't important. So, he's not important.
Hey, anything else y'all want to talk about? Y'all done heard from mini count before we close this thing out?
Yes, sir.
Mm-mm.
All right, go ahead. Let them know where they can find you at Georgia Tennessee, boy.
Mm.
You down there, Georgia Tennessee, boy?
He in Arizona. Sun
Where
out
you
there.
aiming? Where you aiming? Let them know where they can find you at, Will.
Find me on Facebook, William A. That's it. I ain't got no other social media platform. That's about it.
All right, really, you still with us, bro? They ain't up here no more. Blackberry, let you pay. Let them know where they can find you at.
You can find me on every Tuesday on YouTube with the Labor AFN, and I encourage y'all to go back and hit the replay of yesterday's show. It was an awesome show, and I'm on most social media platform and everything else. That's it.
All right, really, you there, bro?
Yo,
Let them know where they can find you at, bro.
man, I'll be in the comments, man. I'll be, I'm subscribed to Blackberry, AFN, all them boys. So I'll be in the comment section. I don't really do social media like that.
All right, facts. Blackberry, let them know where they can find you at, bro.
If you ain't done so, go to the home team with Blackberry. That's Blackberry, no C, just the K on YouTube. And subscribe, like, comment, all that good content creator, hoopla, moobla. And you can catch me at Blackberry Lyrics on Facebook. You can catch me at Blackberry Lyrics on X, Instagram, all that good shit. You can find me on all these social media platforms. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. Now tomorrow night we got the Rex Pit at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the home team with Blackberry. We're going to pick up this conversation a little bit more tomorrow night. Y'all make sure y'all come jump over there tomorrow night and tune in with us. We're going to be live. Like them Qs used to say, this shit here, this shit
Get your stepping ass out of here. Hey,
live.
hey, man. Y'all already know where y'all can find me at, man. Find me at Will the Georgia Reaper on everything. As y'all see scrolling down at the bottom of your screen right now, man. Find me on all platforms at Will the Georgia Reaper. Y'all make sure y'all go on my page, like, share, subscribe. If y'all ain't did so already, man. And check out some of the old content over there. Y'all already know how I get down, man. You catch me on whatever everything got going on. If I got time, you already know I'm there. But man, I appreciate y'all for joining me. Even though it was a little earlier than I usually go on, man, but I had to get it off my chest. I had to get it off.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate y'all for joining, man. We out this thing. Peace.